Hello everyone, welcome to Millet's Magic. I'm so grateful each one of you for participating in this program. This program is a part of Cooking for Health program. In Cooking for Health program, every week we are focusing on one style of cooking, and this week it was on millet. So I thought, why not let it be open for every people who are just interested in to learn about millet. So here is this WhatsApp version for each one of you. In the regular program, we have live sessions, but considering many people might not be having free for the live session, I'm doing this recording specially for you guys. So before we understand or go into deeper about millet, let's understand a little bit context about it. Why is it necessary? Is it really necessary? What are the different things about it? Why this is suddenly like a lot of people are talking about millet. So let's little go down about it. So basically, what is our food? So if you see our body, like when it was meant, like the physical body, the organs and all the parts, it is made for certain food, which we call it as a primary food. So what are primary food? Our body like can eat those food without changing its shape and without changing the taste, without changing the form as it is available in Mother Nature. And on the top of that, we can fool our hunger. So, for example, chili, we might not be changing the shape, changing the color, changing the texture, anything. But we can eat that without changing that. But can we fulfill our hunger with that? No, we cannot fulfill. Whereas papaya or watermelon, apple, banana, we can have it in the form that is available in the Mother Nature without changing its form, and we will feel completely hungry after eating those things. So, those are our primary food. Now, over the ages, we have started eating certain food which was initially our body was not designed for us. So, what we started doing is adopted methods, some cooking technique, so that those food which we were not able to digest and eat properly through this cooking method, we can eat, and the nutrients from this food become bioavailable. So that is how it started, the whole thing jumping from primary food to something which is secondary, not our primary food. This whole thing happened. That's how the cooking invention started happening. And now we are in the era where a lot of processed food we are consuming. So while this transition from Stone Age raw to the cooking era happened, what we were doing, we were following certain technique. And with this technique, what was happening, that food which was not meant for us, we started making them bioavailable by by using certain techniques like soaking, sprouting, right cooking method, fermentation, so that the nutrients become bioavailable for the body to digest. And we were maintaining a diversity of our food. So this microbial colony also have a diversity, and diversity of the microbial colony in our gut is very important for us to live a healthy life. And we were also having our food balanced to the season, considering the physical activity we are doing. We were following a nature rhythm, nature cycle. So that was what we were doing earlier. But the current reality, we have messed up with few things. We don't know about different cooking technique, why cooking happened, and the implication. That's why a lot of us is suffering from poor gut health in this day. And because of this poor gut health, there is a depletion in the microbes in the gut. And without this microbe, the food is not getting assimilated properly in our body. Now we will be having deficiency, and to fulfill that, we will be eating a lot of things. But just realize, if we are eating the things and if it is not absorbed by the body, then this is not useful for the body. You might be eating and you will be excreting, but in the process, there is a lot of energy expend in getting, in like expecting nutrient which you are not getting. So the solution is to understand the whole picture, what is going on right now, and understand what can be the technique to revive the gut health, considering our physical health and the technology, the current reality, current situation we are in, and our own food style and habit. So, like if you see like the current food system which has come into place, there are different factors that has made the current reality as it is. What are the factors because of which we are not able to see the solution and just going into a cascading vicious circle? So there are a lot of food politics. There is industrial model, like things which the industries need, the things that only grows, that only take a lot of market, and to support the industry, the pharmaceutical company. Then there is a mindset like we will be having a good number of things locally available, but we will always think like about the exotic thing, thinking that they are superior to us. And then there is lack of awareness. People are not knowing about this implication connection, and because of that they are not able to work on that. And like if somebody wants to also work, they don't know the technique because people are not using it anymore, and whatever they are seeing these days they feel that is the most common one. And we are also very busy these days to like focus and start reviving our health, our gut. And we are surrounded with so much distraction that it is very difficult for us to just understand and go back. And that's why like this kind of program where just like a little pause when you're taking, you start like thinking. So basically this programs for me are the seeding program, so that people start thinking about those lines and then start working on this. So the next is, so what has happened because of all these things which we have discussed so far, that there is a diversity of the food is lost. Like you will see only few things getting repeated in the plate each day. Like people who have started being conscious, they will be thinking about diversity. Otherwise, it will be the same rice, the same wheat every day. In vegetable also, 5 to 6 varieties or 7 varieties will be repeating every day in the diet. Greens, 2 3 types of greens only, and same 2 3 types of legume at max we will be using. But we need a lot of variety. Like according to some research, we need around 18 to 25 of diversity of food which we are consuming on daily basis, and 80 to 90% of 90% no 80 to 90 types of different food material on a weekly basis. Now just make a food chart to understand how much diversity we are having in our food. We are not having diversity in terms of fruits, not having diversity in terms of grains, legumes, and this diversity is very, very important to live a healthy life and maintain a good gut health. And yeah, the whole is like we all know the consequences of it. Consequences also, if you see in the market, like because this session is particularly about millet, you will see like there are only few grains which are dominating in the market. There's three grains like rice, wheat, and corn. But there are so many other type of grains in like which we already had, and we used to grow those grains in our country and around the world also. And if you see our festival also, you will get a reminder. Like in certain festival, you will see that they say that don't eat this, eat this. So the diversity was a reminder through the festival. So what is millet? Coming to the topic of the day. Millet are small type of grain, coarse grain. They are also from the grass family like wheat. This has been cultivated in India from long back, and India is one of the largest producer of millet. In the last couple of years, the percentage like it was already earlier also producing a lot. Now also it is highest, but the percentage has dropped very significantly in last couple of years. And last couple of years, it is like the after the green revolution, what I'm telling. And we will discuss about how green revolution impacted maybe some other time. Let's just focus into the topic. So, so why should we think about millet? So it is economical for our own health, for the farmers also, and for environment also. So for growing rice, there is a huge amount of water being used, and we have started experiencing the good water scarcity, like water to drink. And on the top of there are like the climate has been changing drastically. So with this, like millet is a very nice solution because it is taking a less water, It doesn't depend much on the climate. Like even if it is very hot, it can be grown. Even if there is no rain, in a dry condition, it will grow. And it doesn't depend on irrigation, carrying the water from one place to another. It can grow by rain feeding. And it has a shorter growing season, so the harvest is more. The farmer has to put a lesser agricultural input. Talking about the nutrient health benefit, it has lot of fiber, and fiber is very much needed in our gut for extraction, like maintaining the gut health, maintaining the microbial diversity. So this has a fiber, more fiber compared to the other grain, rice and wheat. It has low glycemic index. What does it mean? Low glycemic index are the food where glucose is released in blood slowly and slowly. So that means that it get digested slower in the body, releasing a little bit by little glucose in the blood, so that the blood glucose level doesn't spike up suddenly. The spikes are basically the people who are having diabetes. This is the spike they feel. So when they eat millet, their spike will be in control. They will be rich in micronutrients, antioxidant, like calcium, iron, potassium, magnesium. Every nutrients, like especially the B vitamins, are huge in this millets. Then there is a protein breach in that, and of course they are gluten free, so people with gluten allergy also can use this and benefit out of that. So, in what kind of form these millets are available around us? They are available in majorly these four forms. Like they are available in the whole form. Try to procure unpolished thing in all this thing. So they are available in the whole form. The whole form of all the millets are available. They are available in the form of rava, like semolina, suji, which we use. So there are this millet rava also available. There are flakes like poha, we use flattened rice. So in all the recipes which use flattened rice, this millet poha can be used. Then there are flour. With the flour, we can make instant dosa, idlis. We can make it a roti, chapati, parathas out of it, similar like we use. So with this, majorly whatever we are using in our diet, that can be prepared. Only the thing is, we are not very aware of that. So here I have provided some Hindi name of the most commonly used millet. So you can take a screenshot of this. So now there are two classification of millet. There is one category which is positive millet. There are neutral millet. So now both are very much important for our body. We need a diversity of that. For positive millets, like when you are in a chronic condition, then you need certain more fiber and things which get digested faster in your body and give more of nutrient. So positive millet are in those category which gives you more dietary fiber and more nutrition in a lesser time. And some people also refer them as Sri Dhania millet. There are 5 of this: foxtail, banyan, brown top, kodo, and little millet. Now there are neutral millet, which also helps us, but compared to this, they are in a wholesome way helping us. So then there are pseudo grains, which people do eat in a lot of festival time. They look like grain. They feel like when you eat them, they feel like grain, that heaviness which we are looking for. But they are not actually grains, they are seeds. So some of these are there in the screen. So why sometime like with understanding this diversity is important, whatever is going in the current world, and knowing the health benefit and other benefit, why still we are struggling with eating millet? Because many of us don't know how to use millet, because we have been using as a stable thing rice and wheat in our daily diet. We don't know how to replace that, and it seems a very terrible task. And because it needs a little planning, we feel it is difficult for us to cook that. Because anything when it is new, when we have not done, it looks difficult. Only when we practice, it becomes easier. And because we have not been using, so we don't know how will be the family reaction to this. And because we have not used, so we are feeling a little apprehensive about the taste as well. And also there is a mindset that we generally think they are the poor man people diet, poor people are eating. So like to just feel classy, we will feel okay, who will eat millet, we will have polished rice and wheat, because that is how what the elite of the country uses it. So what I'll request next 7 days, because we have registered for the program, just keep this guards aside and practice using the millet, and start adopting in your life. I'm not saying wheat and rice is not good. They're also very important, but the diversity in our diet is very important. So take this week to practice as much as possible. I will be sharing with you a few recipes. And wherever you feel that this is not available, you are feeling struggle, you can share in the group. I'll help you. So in the evening, 8:30 to 9:30, the group will open. For the question answer, you can post your question answer every time. It is only in that period I will be replying in the night. That is, I'm telling about the Indian Standard Time, and in the morning 10 to 11. So if I can reply in the other time, I'll definitely do reply. But expect me that in these two windows, I will be replying in the group. And wherever you feel stuck, wherever you feel any help is needed, if you feel like I don't have this particular millet, what can I use in the substitute? How can I do it? Just after reading the recipe, after trying out, wherever the challenges, tell in the group. Maybe the first time we might feel struggle, but we might learn out from that experience. And then this week, I invite you to try it out so that we evolve with much of learning from this experience. So, as I said, nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is needed. Only the diversity plays a huge role. So, we need to diversify our diet. And millets are a little dry in nature. So, in just not this millet, any grains are basically dry in nature, because that is how their structure is. So you will feel a lot of dehydration. So eat a lot of water and vegetables to compact it. Like I'll suggest around 20 to 25% eat grains, millets, and the rest 70 to 75% in your daily diet have as much as vegetable as possible, because they will give you water and bioavailable nutrients as well. And this nutrient bioavailable of the nutrient will strengthen your gut health, which will help you to better assimilate the nutrient from this millets. So for millet, it is very, very important that you soak it. So any grain basically have a layer outside. This layer is to protect this millet from sprouting in unfavorable condition. So with that layer, it becomes a little difficult for our body to digest. So when we soak it, when we sprout it, these layers get broken down. And when it get better broken down, it becomes easier for our body to digest it. And for the best benefit, what I'll say, that cook millet in surplus water, drain out the water, like the starch, and ferment it and drink as a buttermilk. Buttermilk. So, like as you must be seeing, I'm saying 6 to 8 hours of soaking is possible. So, how can I make that? So, for that, planning is very, very important. So, like for example, tomorrow morning, if you want to make anything with the millet, so you have to plan ahead. Today night only you have to soak and sleep. Tomorrow night you have to make anything. So in the tomorrow morning, just after getting up, the first thing what you do is soak. So when you do that, then you will find it is very easy for you. So now again, this is a quick tip, that even if you are not able to do that much of planning and you need a little shortcut, what you can do, like once in a month, once in few months, whenever you get time, just soak your millet, set dry, sun dry it, and keep in your jars. And then you can just soak in 30 minutes and then use. So this is a key. We need to remember that yes, of course, millet is important. So nature of material is very important. Along with that, we need to eat in a very good mental state. So if we are feeling, oh, why am I eating that? I'm not happy with anything in the life right now. And with all this agitation, pain, if you're eating, then no use of that. how we are consuming, like are we just instantaneously in the pressure cooking it, or we are cooking it somehow without planning, we are not sprouting, we are not fermenting the starch, then maybe the nutrient which is there, your body will be spending a lot of time to get the nutrient, but ultimately because this nutrient are not bioavailable, they might be just a loss for the body, and in that process also you are spending a lot of vital energy in digestion which could have been used otherwise. So just remember all these three things and accordingly plan for your life, accordingly plan your diet meals. So like I will share, like there is nothing very fixed. Ki this much portion you have to eat, this much time, that time. No, just observe your body sign. That is what the body is communicating with you. If you observe that sign and navigate, believe me, you don't need to track like this much gram, that much gram. Your body is enough intelligent. It will take care of the need. So remember, nutrient is important, but bioavailability of nutrient is very, very important, and that's why I'm repeating it again and again. If you have any question, do post your question in the group, and I'm really excited for this journey together in the next 7 days. Just flow. If don't feel stuck. Whenever you feel any doubt, just raise that in the group, and let's have a beautiful journey, beautiful exploration in the coming days. I'll suggest if you can make a food journal. What is food journal? Is like take any notebook or you can have an e-copy. So whatever recipes I will be sharing, whatever you will be learning from the co-travelers over here, and whatever experience you feel, you can just note it down in that like recipe one, recipe details and the tips, the learning, the experience, all that along with the photo, so that in the future you have this resource handy which you can just use whenever you want to use, or you can maybe give to your friends. So looking forward to see your food journal pictures and your recipe pictures. Bye bye, take care.